This, of course, is wildly inaccurate. This betrays the fact that the reviewer clearly did not play the entire half of the game. They just played the same scenarios twice with each protagonist.
Sort of low-key implication that he looks at other reviews before doing his own, claiming this is what the game review process is like for everyone. Yeah, this couldn't be further from the truth. If you're using other people's reviews to inform your own, then it's not really your review now, is it? But most egregious of all
the
is
review was later updated to cross out the section and then updated again to delete the section altogether and change the score to 9,
I'm sure
adding
you've all
this
heard
note.
by now, former IGN editor Philip Mewson was recently fired from the news outlet for plagiarizing someone else's review. More specifically, he copied the sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, and overall review structure of YouTuber Boomstick Gaming's review of Dead Cells.
In this video, I will be talking about how game reviewers are being dishonest with their audiences through cutting corners and a lack of patience to even be making reviews. A large example of what I will be talking about is a video game and entertainment media source named IGN, where there are video game reviewers and journalism content creators. They are basically an organization of people who make video game content, such as news outlets, game reviews, or just occasional gaming videos for entertainment. IGN is only one example of an organization that I will be judging on this front when it comes to the individual game reviewers that work for the organization. That's what I will be really talking about, just the individuals that are causing the problems, but it is not just the individual's fault. It is the higher up's fault for actually giving the go-ahead or just completely looking away when the individual decides to cut corners. I am generalizing not just this specific organization, but the entire gaming industry for causing this problematic situation where gamers can't trust reviewers for video game reviews. Gamers could end up losing money because they trust a review enough to spend hard-earned money on a video game and may end up not liking it. And more than likely, they aren't usually able to return the game for their money back. It also wastes a gamer's time and takes advantage of their trust. Over the years, there's been an abundance of reviewers that make the conscious decision to lie and deceive viewers and readers by making them believe that the review is genuine and trustworthy. Game reviewers are almost incapable of playing a game because they refuse to take the time to figure out how to go through the game with basic skills. They get impatient when games need time actually put into them for you to actually get into the real attraction of what makes the game you're playing worth it. They get impatient because they decide that the deadline is more important than putting out a faithful review about how their full experience of a game was. Due to their inability to simply take their time and finish a game, and the fact that they are given mandatory deadlines given by their bosses and higher-ups who ultimately could care less about the rating or how the men or women that did the review even got to the rating in the first place, but care only for being one of the first or the first person to put out a review first. And once they have one of the largest viewed reviews for the game, no matter how reliable they are, they will get as many clicks and profit desired by the head honcho that demanded the deadline in the first place. As a last resort, they make the review without the whole experience of a game and without having all the knowledge required to make a review of the specific game. They do this by stealing from smaller reviewers blatantly and in plain sight, hoping that the channel that they stole from is small enough that the public does not notice that there is even a smaller channel that did the review in the first place. They also blatantly lie about having a full and honest experience with the game in the first place without any knowledge about the basics of the game, or they rush through the game not taking their time, which is obviously going to hinder their experience as a player in any case or scenario as just a gamer. and is heavily going to influence how they review a game if they don't take their time or if they don't finish the game. The average gamer does not do this as a job and has a life out of gaming or plays games to get immersed and take their time to enjoy the experience. If game reviewers give a score based on their rushed and hindered experience, they're giving a score that's basically tainted by the fact that they didn't even finish the game, or they didn't take the time to actually do the game correctly or how it's intended for play.